It's a Rocky Mountain showdown at Zions Bank Stadium. Week 3 of Major League Rugby closes with the Utah Warriors facing the undefeated Glendale Raptors. A very good afternoon and welcome to a sunny Herriman in Utah. Dan Powell with you on the call, joined by former BYU superstar Mr. 4th and 19 himself, Johnny Lenahan. And Johnny, a big day for Utah Rugby here as the Warriors look to christen the home ground with a win. Yeah, Dan, a huge day here for Utah Warriors. Obviously still a super young club with some great talent. They haven't really put that on display yet so far during the exhibition games and then last week at San Diego. So beautiful day for rugby, looking like they're going to be able to get out and unleash their superstars, and it's a huge day, especially for Coach Alf Daniels. And speaking of Alf Daniels, we caught up with the head coach moments ago. With Alf Daniels now head coach of the Utah Warriors. And Alf, good to finally be at home for 2018. How are we looking to christen Zion Bank Stadium here today against the Glendale Raptors?
Yeah, it's been a tough week, tough start to the competition, but we've trained hard, we've trained well, and we're looking to take it to them today.
What are you expecting out of the Raptors today?
Oh, nothing but the best. You know, they're the top of the competition, unbeaten, and so we expect them to be nothing but big and physical.
Well, we're expecting a big physical game from your side as well. Good luck today. 80 minutes, home victory, we hope.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Thank you, Alf.
Thank you.
A quietly confident Alf Daniels there, Johnny, and with some of the stars in this Utah side, so he should be. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Alf's got it all on paper. Look, here we see Kurt Morath coming in from as a Tongan international, leading point scorer for that team to add some stability there for the back line. And Matt Jensen, great lock there from BYU and plays for the Eagles to add to their stability at set pieces. It's going to be key today if they're going to get the win. Let's take a look at the rest of the Utah lineup. Yeah, so on paper, Dan, it's a great team, you know, and like you said, Alf should be confident. Looking at this team on paper, it's just awesome. But they haven't really seemed to get it click. So some keys to that would be number 5, Sai Uhila there. He's a bit of a bruiser. He needs to keep up playing strong rugby. And Joseph Nichols coming in at 9 has to get some good distribution to the backs, because in this midfield with Paul Asike and Fetu'u Vainikolo, they have some firepower that can be dangerous. And on a day like today, they're going to get a good opportunity for running rugby, and it's going to be exciting to see what they can do. Switching gears to the Glendale Raptors. After New Orleans' loss on Thursday, they remained the only unbeaten team. They had a tough one last week in Seattle, forcing some changes, not only in tactics, but positions for that man right there, Zach Fenolio, who was able to seal a man-of-the-match performance with a brilliant individual effort. On a fast track today, though, expect the likes of Harley Davidson and Seth Halliman to get some more quality ball. Yeah, let's go have a look at the lineups brought to you by Hampton Inn. Well, 3 starters missing from the pack today means that depth will be tested once again. The signing of Dylan Fawcett at hooker looks like an absolute masterstroke now in light of what has happened to the Raptors in the opening 2 weeks. He'll need a big game today. It's no homecoming for former BYU boy Sean Davies. Unfortunately, a late scratching. And they're going to rely heavily on that inside center once again. Bryce Campbell, the Indiana native, he's going to want to be at his destructive best here today. Well, folks, the stage is now set when we return from the break. Kickoff and first half action coming up. It's the Utah Warriors and Glendale Raptors.
And now at this time, if you will all please rise and direct your attention.
Today's game is brought to you by Nui Social. Warriors fans, it's time to rock and roll with Nui and get on your way to financial freedom. Go to nui.social for more information. Proud partner of the Utah Warriors. Intermountain Sports Medicine. Healthcare how, where and when you want it. Intermountain Sports Medicine. HealingForLife.com. And Big D Construction. Big D Construction, providing unparalleled construction management. Design, build and general contracting services for 50 years. And welcome back, Zions Bank Stadium on the outskirts of Salt Lake City. We are moments away from kickoff here. Glendale Raptors, Utah Warriors to close out week 3 of Major League Rugby action. There you see one of the key players for the Warriors, Tavita Tamalau, fresh off his stint with Narbonne in France. Good crowd in here today, Johnny Lanahan as well.
Yeah, really good crowd, great day for it. So excited to see what both these teams can do out on the pitch.
And we await the whistle of referee Derek Summers. And we are underway here off the boot of Will McGee. It will be the Warriors with first use of the ball under their big man, BYU lock Matt Jensen. There's Nichols, moves the ball across to his left. Good charge, straight up the middle there from the Warriors. They'll look to clear. The calm, cooling influence of Kurt Morath can't be understated here. And he shows it with an early touch there. Great kick up to the 22. Nice exit there from the Warriors, Johnny.
Yeah, definitely, Dan. I mean, the wind's going to play a factor here. Beautiful stadium at Harriman, but it's kind of up here in a bit of a tunnel of wind, and Kurt smartly using the wind at his back in this first half, and it's going to be interesting to see how they play the territory versus possession game.
First line-out throw for current USA Eagle, Dylan Fawcett. Late addition from Rugby United. James Kennedy, John Layfield, allowing their star hooker play the year with the Raptors before they rejoin United next year. Campbell with an early touch up towards the 22. The big news is Sean Davies, usual scrum half, out today. Chrisman will get his start, Indiana native, in the 9 jersey. Good service early on from him. The ball comes down here, out wide, Utah with Lauti. Takes it up to the 40 here of the Raptors. Tucci comes off the bench to get the start here today with Vorster late scratching for the Warriors. Morath finds McClellan. McClellan still on his feet. Big man charging. Now Nichols finds Morath, runners inside out. Quick hands. That's deflected off the hand of Halliman. Vainacolo pleads with the referee, and his pleas are answered early on.
Yeah, good start here from the Warriors, you know, taking it up the guts, playing patient rugby. The first few games of the season, in the exhibition stages, we saw them get a little bit reckless with the ball and not really be patient with it, and it kind of created some problems. But right now, just trying to pin together some phases, get some things moving. I like the look of it.
Let's go now.
It's another 7 days in Utah for Kurt Morath as well. Cannot understate. Probably the most, complete rugby resume in Major League Rugby would be Kurt Morath.
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you get an import with the quality such as Morath, you know, he's been through all stages of rugby, so this stage is definitely not going to be too daunting for him. So hopefully his teammates can rally around him and he can pull together some good victories for this Warriors side.
Crouch.
First look at the scrum here. Really has been one of the main talking points of Major League Rugby thus far, has been the scrum. Sides finding dominance. That's a good platform to attack from. Long flat ball finds Vainacolo. Also a Tongan international. Stolen though as Putty was looking to take that offload from Vainacolo. Now with the Raptors as McGee shifts to his left. Halliman under pressure. Escapes the defense before being brought down just outside his 22. Raptors still trapped deep in their own territory though. Rock finds his lock compatriot there in Luke White. Lee sits comfortably in the front row. Big collision from Tamalau comes in. 8 on 8. He welcomes Sam Fig to Harriman, Utah. Now White continues that one, spilled forward under the attention of Tucci. And another knock on. Great start here for the Warriors, trolling the territory game.
Yeah, definitely we see Lance Williams, number 6 there, getting pretty excited after that. The Warriors starting exactly how they want to. Obviously, they faced the Glendale Raptors, the exhibition game a few weeks ago, as their first real chance at Rio Tinto Stadium in Sandy, Utah. And Glendale came out pretty structured and never gave the Warriors a sniff. So this is a really good looking start, and they have a set piece right where they want them.
Yeah, Morath with Lauti sitting just behind him in his pocket. Nichols under pressure. The scrum pops up, will reset just outside the 22 still. Very flat back line in the midfield with Lasike and Vainicolo. And Dewey Niao loading out in that far touchline there. Has to be a danger, the big man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he is dangerous. They're going to look to get on the ball. He's lined up pretty flat. Here we maybe see a little crossfield kick, or even the right winger, Tanata Lauti, is kind of coming there to maybe make a break up the centers. And that's where the power is in the Warriors side, is in their centers with Lasike and Vainicolo.
Nichols. Morath. Lasike, quick tip on. Vainicolo. Well, he's already proved a handful, one-on-one. Now they go, the obstruction though there from the Warriors. First opportunity goes begging for them in front of the post. There's Tui Puluto. He gets pinged there for using one of his own players.
A little unfortunate there. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast here with rugby.
Yeah.
Obviously can't block, and McClellan just got on the way there, and it creates a penalty and a little bit of breathing room here for Glendale.
Yeah, let's see if we can pick it up here, Johnny.
Yes, as the ball comes out, McClellan, you know, he probably thought he was the one going to be receiving the ball, and, you know, just went a bit too early and got in a bit of trouble there.
Maybe McClellan taking some blocking advice from Paul Lasike from his Chicago Bears days. As the Raptors look to maul, ball is with Fawcett, pops back now, Chrisman. McGee at the back, oh, big contact. Well, that's Lasike again. I think I'd rather stand on the train tracks and kiss the 410 Express than Paul Lasike. McGee, he's had enough of this as he drives this ball deep downfield. Pate underneath it as Lauti on his right finds the winger. Turns fired. He there, letting it bounce. Perhaps the sun having some influence there on McGee. Does not pick up a lot of yardage on the return fire. The Warriors, they stay camped out here in the Raptors half.
Yeah, interesting decision there for McGee to let that one bounce. Obviously, we see the touch judge's flag is going pretty hard there in the wind. The Warriors got the wind at the back, and on this hot day with the turf, maybe he was thinking that one would roll in the end goal.
And those set pieces from the Warriors seem to have found their rhythm. Lasike crashes forward. That is the advantage of a man like Paul Lasike. Go forward ball and gets the penalty. And Johnny, Kurt Morath perhaps calling for the tee here.
Yeah, definitely I would. And yeah, the refs pointed to the post, so Kurt's going to line it up, have a bit of a heat check. Early on in warm-ups, he was stroking them pretty nice. And the wind at his back, the distance, definitely not an issue, about 30, 35 meters out.
There is the Tongan international, Kurt Morath. His passport would be pretty full, played all over the world. This is his second stint in the US. I'm in Utah. How much influence Vainicolo had on getting Kurt involved, Tongan teammates?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this back line is just stacked full of talent. You know, some international, some homegrown, and some also trying out the football field, a la Paul Lasike.
Morath, first points of the game.
Look left.
The flags stay down. 0-0. We'll come back to the 22 for a restart. Take a look at the cause of the penalty. It was the hard charging Paul Lasike there, Johnny.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the go-for ball they want, and they just got the number 2 there for Glendale for not rolling away.
Restart comes down now. Butty, Morath again, shapes the kick, finds Tamalau instead. On his day, one of the most destructive forces in American rugby is Tamalau. Vanacolo, though quite destructive himself. Lauti. The Raptors defense being able to answer all the questions the Warriors have thrown at thus far. Great ball inside from Jensen. Links with Tucci. Stolen though. That's the skipper and Fenolio. Great steal there. Really embracing that 6 jersey on his back. Big on the bounce. Finds Diarcheval. To his left. Halliman now. Dancing. This is a different Warriors outfit we're seeing here today, Johnny. They seem very, very structured, very disciplined early on. Just in the opening 10 minutes still of this game, but good signs.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to need to stay disciplined. Look at this breakthrough.
Well, as soon as I say that, they have a defensive lapse as Crispin now finds Dahl. Lauti from behind with a try-saver. It's the Raptors on the 22, though, and they're on the attack as well. White goes forward, needs to avoid the sideline. Does well, the big man, to get the ball to the ground. Rock. Still inside the 22. Slow ball. Fafita runs into Tamalau. All the Raptors stacked out to the right-hand side as Fawcett gets the arms free. Up with Big. Just brought down to the ground there. McGee inside. Diarcheval. Back to Campbell. That one may have been spilled forward. Dewey Niao came in. Absolutely belted Bryce Campbell for his Warriors as well.
Yeah, those tackles where you shoot out of the line, you know, it's high risk, high reward there. The Warriors kind of got lucky with that one. As we'll see, Paul Asike coming in with Kurt Morath and then Tui Niao finishing it off, causing the knock on. The Warriors will have a ball and look to get this one out of danger.
Good end-to-end stuff here to start this game. 10 minutes gone, still 0-0. The missed penalty, the only scoring opportunity thus far for both these sides. That was off the boot of Kurt Morath.
Yeah, the defense has actually been pretty solid, except for that one break through that Glendale got close to that line. But good scrambling defense from Tanata Lauti to get back and make that crucial tackle. And now the Warriors will look to clear and give it back to Glendale, and we'll see what happens.
See Kurt Morath taking a little peek at the open side set. Halliman up very flat. Diarcheval on the far side of the field. They're going to take a crash first with Lasike to help build some territory. And boy, oh boy, Lasike does that again. This center pairing for the Warriors will be a handful. Not releasing, though. That's the problem when the big man goes forward like that. He leaves himself just a touch isolated, Johnny.
Yeah, especially off the scrum. I mean, it's really hard for the forwards to get up and kind of get on his edge and help clear that ball there for the scrum half, Joe Nichols. But that's where the backs kind of got to come into play, and the forwards do most of the dirty work, and they don't get much of the rewards, but the backs definitely got to help them out there. So unfortunate there. Pretty good run from Lasike, but now Will McGee will have a shot at the sticks.
Give the Raptors an early lead. Ealing Trail Finder. Now USA Eagle and Glendale Raptor, Will McGee.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, you got to give him points for style there. Off the post through from Will McGee. 3 points to 0, the Raptors.
Yeah, well, if this was Aussie rules, Dan, where you're from, that'd be only 1 point. But in rugby, it's pretty cool. You know, hit the post, goes in. 3 points is 3 points, and it gives the Raptors an early lead.
Take a look one more time at the creative kicking of McGee. Not happy just to do it the traditional way. He decides to bang one off the post. A little bit of a trick shot there from McGee. It's been going around the MLR, the trick shots. We've seen McGee and Ben Seamer, San Diego, getting involved. So McGee just upping the stakes one more time.
Oh, he might have cooked this one.
Takes a favourable bounce. You cannot get it any closer to the corner post than that. Looking like Jordan Spieth on a Sunday with a 7-iron there, just popping that one right next to the pin.
Yeah, that brings me back to my football days. The Glendale backed up. This is a great spot here for the Warriors. Getting a little bit lucky from that turf, but that's the home field advantage. looking to make the most of this territory.
Well, stagnant, the line out there. Fig takes it at the back. They will look to maul this as far as they can. They have a numbers advantage in the line out. Now Dahl. Dahl finds a little seam there behind the ruck. Lafita looks to get outside Williams. Really like the looks of this Williams in the number 6 jersey for the Warriors. One to keep an eye on here today. McGee gets a little bit more on that one, up to the 40. But the Warriors, they'll have this line out inside Glendale's half yet again. The territory game, except for that one break that we saw earlier, has really favoured the Warriors early on. Crucial that they get some points though, Johnny.
Oh, definitely. You know, they've missed that. I mean, the difference has been the one penalty. You know, they've both had a chance and Glendale's taken advantage of it. But they really got to get points, especially with wind at their back.
Tamalau, flat-footed. Rath at the back, picks up the big man, Winyao. Yeah, penalty while in possession. That's their second one. Just gifting the Raptors an exit out of their own half here.
Yeah, you know, you can't do that. I'm not really sure what the referee's called on that one. Maybe we'll get a chance to have a look at the replay, but no, he's called it in favor, and Matt Jensen not happy with that being on him. Gives Glendale a get out of jail free card, so now the Warriors back on defense near the middle of the field.
And it will be Dylan Fawcett with the throw. Inside the 40, Fig, great take. Tall, strapping, number 8 from Australia. McGee, the dummy through, picks up White on the inside. White now, can he free the arms? Yes, he can. The Raptors still going. 5 out from the line they're put down. Warriors scrambling to get back. McGee, long, lofted pass. Fig for the corner. One to beat. Fig, too big, too strong, too fast. Raptors are in.
What a great ball there from Will McGee, and what a great finish there in the corner. Had a lot of work to do. Once he got the ball, stayed on his feet and bounced, made the Warriors miss a tackle, and he dots down. 5 points on the board, and that's not the start the Warriors were after. See, Will McGee, you know, that's a big 20-meter ball out there to the sideline, and touchdown. Sam Fig, great finish. Great try.
Well, Johnny, I went on record this week saying Fig could be the buy of the season. I just like his engine. I like his work ethic. He's fit into the culture of Glendale extremely well. And there's nothing better when players prove you right. Big Dad doing me a solid.
Definitely. Hope you earn a couple bucks over that one. He might owe you something.
I'll take a cup of coffee. Now to convert and extend the lead. Will McGee after that great long ball. Need him cross kick a few of those. This time relying on the long lofted pass. From the sideline, McGee, wow. He's got the radar locked in. Conversion successful, 10 points to 0, 17 minutes gone here in Herriman, Utah.
I'm a bit disappointed he didn't go off the other upright after that one, so maybe he'll owe it back to us during this game. But what a great kick in these conditions, and every point counts, you know, and now the Warriors in a bit of a hole, down 10 points to 0.
There it is, right through the middle this time. See if we can get him to hit that other upright before this game's over. Utah fans will be hoping he doesn't have any more shots here today. They go deep again. They're not going to let this one bounce. White charges back, juggles, does well, pulls it back in. They've got some numbers here again. Utah playing 4 back. Rogers, still big numbers. Quick ball. I'll take the penalty instead. And Johnny, that's actually a good penalty for Utah. They were in all sorts of trouble out here on this right-hand side. It was about 6 on 3.
Yeah, they didn't have the numbers, as you said. You know, they're playing 4 back, which is kind of an interesting formation. Right off the kickoff, right? You usually keep a couple back, but in this wind, I don't think Glendale is going to want to do too much kicking. So they got the get out of jail free card there, the Warriors, by giving up a penalty, but they're going to need to sharpen up that formation a bit. Otherwise, there's going to be too many gaps in the back line, and the Raptors are going to have a field day.
Another good clearing kick there from McGee. Takes him up inside the 40 of the Warriors. After a great start, they're staring down the barrel of another opportunity here for the Raptors to put on points. Well, they really are a clinical outfit, this Glendale Raptors. 4 starters out of the lineup today. They haven't skipped a beat, like the commentator's curse always does. They skip one right there. Warriors with the steal and the line out. Morath, he has some numbers too on this side. Needs to play aggressive. Lasike, London.
He's caught up high, yeah.
They've got numbers too with the turnover. Rock likes to tuck it under the wing and go forward. Big.
Good hit.
DK, he's looking to make up for that lost ball. Now White. Well, at some point today, I think White and Lasike may run into each other, and that is going to be one big collision. Seismic Center in Utah may get a workout. Take a look at the replay at the end there, Johnny, with the turnover against the Raptors.
Yes, pretty good defense there, you know, not giving the Raptors an opportunity, and there we see them trying to create something out of nothing, and that caused the forward pass knock on.
We're going to take a 60-second break. When we return, the first half continues. It's the Utah Warriors taking on the Glendale Raptors. And welcome back, Zions Bank Stadium, Herriman, Utah. 20 minutes gone here. The Raptors in the lead, 10 points to 0 over the Utah Warriors. It'll be a scrum just outside the 22 when we get play resumed here. And Johnny, it was a great opening 10 minutes for the Warriors. A few little lapses have cost them in this last 10 and allowed Glendale to put 10 on the board. Although they've just lost Casey Rock, it looks like, on the bench there, which will be a big loss in the line-out.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what the game's come down to. It's the Warriors. They haven't been taking advantage of their opportunities. And like you said earlier, Glendale has just been clinical with finishing and putting points on the board. So this is going to be a bit of a mental climb for the Warriors to come back, see if they can, you know, get the ball down in Glendale's half, get some points on the board, because they're going to need to take that 0 off the scoreboard before the second half, otherwise they're going to be in trouble.
You see O'Neal coming in there for Rock. In the 19 jersey for Glendale. Gets his first Major League Rugby start. Young Cody O'Neal. He's going to have big shoes, both literally and figuratively, to fill in Casey Rock. That's a nice penalty there for the Warriors. We'll give them a chance to clear with no pressure here off the boot of Morat.
Yeah, really good penalty. Really impressed so far with how the Warriors have worked on their set pieces, particularly their scrums. Really looking solid there. The front row's made a lot of changes, and obviously they're winning the whistle from the ref.
Good clearing kick over the halfway line for the Warriors. That one tap by Fig goes forward though. Advantage here to the Warriors. Williams just fighting his way forward up to the 40-meter line. Jensen. Big, tall and rangy Matt Jensen. And Johnny, you played a lot of rugby in your time. Those guys are tough to tackle. They're all arms and legs. It's hard to find a sweet spot on them.
Yeah, well, my wife likes rugby players' legs. She likes mine the most, but rugby players, they got those big legs when they get moving. I wouldn't want to tackle Matt Jensen. Unfortunately there, the support was a little bit slow, and Glendale was able to reach over and create a holding on penalty. And once again, that's just a bit sloppy there for the Warriors. They need to clear that up once they get the ball so that when they do free it up to the back line, they have some space.
I think that's the third turnover from isolation. And that just comes down to either your patterns or your fitness. So 20 minutes in, you would hope it's not a fitness issue for the Warriors. Fawcett finds O'Neill. First touch for the youngsters, a good one. Now the Raptors begin to maul.
Going sideways.
Defended pretty well by the Warriors so far today from the 3 or 4 attempts the Raptors have made.
Nothing there.
Comes to ground. Brisbane looking for the ball.
Nothing there.
Not coming out. And good round of applause from the forward pack. The Warriors, they'll be happy with that performance.
Yeah, I think Glendale was pretty frustrated there. McClellan might have been lucky. He looked like he was kind of over the ball and could have got pinged there for not rolling away, but referee thought otherwise. And you know, once that maul goes to ground, you got to use it or lose it, and Glendale lost it. So now it's up to the Warriors to put some phases together.
Looking around, trying to get a feel on this wind here. Johnny, it does seem to be favouring the Warriors slightly in this first half. Blowing to that far left-hand corner that you saw that kickoff go to. Nice little touch from Morath. With the ball there. No surprises. Lasike, the loop. Going to ground. Takes a little bit of pepper out of the attack. Lauti off his wing. Finds Tamalau. Tamalau. Big lump of a lad. Goes forward. Morath wisely. Sees green pastures. Great kick from Morath. And that's why Kurt Morath could be a great pickup for the Warriors. Little plays like that. They went a few phases. He saw the opportunity, and he picks up an easy 50 metres off the boot.
Yeah, definitely. Crucial kick, you know, starting to play the territory game. Warriors could get themselves in trouble if they play inside their own half and make mistakes. So Kurt Morath just putting Glendale back in their 22, forcing them to make mistakes, and then good fortune should come from that.
Throw goes astray. Glendale do well to recover though. Dahl with the ball. White. Busy game for Luke White. Probably his 4th or 5th touch. Does have a big engine, enjoys the workload too. Straight to the, what a hit from Tamalau though. Dylan Fawcett. Maybe wishing he stayed in New York after that one. Chip over the top. Yao. He fields it well there coming off his wing. Now the Raptors unable to clear under pressure. Jensen whips across to his right. Quick ball for Nichols. Uipulotu. Back to Nichols. Nichols dummy. So Halliman comes in. Good contact on the scrum half. Williams to his left. Finds McClellan. Big hits from both these sides here.
Great counter ruck.
Referee Summers not happy though with the entry from the side. Penalty in front. Now Morath, he'll look to put points on the board for the Warriors and start clawing their way back here with this shot pretty much in front of the sticks, Johnny.
Yeah, so this will be another good one. I mean, that first one obviously went wide. Here we go, we see the replay. Joseph Nichols going to ground, a bit isolated, support comes in. The referee gets a hold of one of the Raptors for coming onto the inside, but what a great tackle. The Raptors defense has been very impressive today, and you know, the Warriors just have to be patient and not hope that there's a hole every time. They just have to be patient, hang on to the ball, and then maybe breaks like this will come where they get a shot for 3.
Again, that penalty, entry from the side, not coming squarely through the ruck. Morath now, can he capitalise? That's better. Flags go up. The crowd like it. 3 points on the board. 10 points to 3. 26 minutes in the books here. First points for the Warriors. And Johnny, you just mentioned it. It's so important that every time they go down into that 22 or the red zone, depending on what you want to call it, off the Raptors, they need to get points. Need a positive result.
Yeah, they have to capitalize because this Raptors defense is a very good unit, and they're not going to allow many times in that red zone. So when they get down there, they got to make the most of that opportunity.
Good take on the restart from Jensen. Morath.
Stop.
Raptors playing deep. McGee comes to the middle. Yarchival, long pass, finds Fig. Big chase, strong from Utah though. Able to wrestle Fig to the ground on the 40. Now McGee, they've got numbers. Dahl straightens things up. McGee loops around again. Little kick through, not a bad option. Yarchival on the chase. Morath though, seasoned veteran. He's seen that a time or two. And now Putty, danger man, 7-star. That's his first real touch, and you can tell local boy Don Putty, the crowd really appreciate that. Little crossfield kick. Tamalau needs a bounce. McGee hopes he doesn't get one. He's forced to take it over the sideline under pressure. This has been a great game. Swing and momentum gone both ways through the opening 27 minutes. It's firmly entrenched though with the Warriors right now, Johnny.
Yeah, definitely. The Warriors love that running rugby. Here they go, quick again, trying to get out to the backs.
Well, Lasike, the big engine winds up. Fainacolo, the offload. Back down now, Elkington. Elkington isolated, needs some support. Jensen, quick pick.
Tackle!
Good defense there.
Need to get back to their shape here, the Warriors. They're very condensed around the ball. They're going to play it tight. Nichols. As Morath to his left. Tamalau. McClellan, dummies. McClellan to the line. He's over. There's the first try for the Warriors. It's the meat man, Angus McClellan, and he bags some meat for the Warriors.
Just like you were saying, Dan, every time the Warriors get in the red zone, they've got to capitalize on this. I was very pleased with how patient they were in the red zone. You know, normally earlier in the season and in the preseason, they seemed like they were too antsy with it, trying to score every pass. But they put together some good phases, made high percentage plays, and McClellan touches down for 5 points. Now Morath has a chance to tie the score up.
It's all right. It's all right. Yeah.
But you can see the style of rugby is evolving for the Warriors week by week. Busy in the preseason, they looked as talented as they were, Johnny. They just looked a little scrambled, didn't they? Just weren't really sure who they were as a rugby team. It's a worrying sign for the rest of Major League Rugby if these guys figure it out. Player for player, so much talent. McClellan there, the big dummy. McGee couldn't make the one-on-one tackle. Support came too late. I tell you, McClellan could be in contention for the best hair in Major League Rugby as well. Look at that one.
Yeah, he's a great player, you know, and he has some great hair. That's why he doesn't put a headgear on it. He's got to show it off.
Said Kurt Morath here with a chance to tie this ball game up. The end of the final 10 minutes before the halftime break. Big if they could go into the sheds at halftime with the momentum as well. Out silent for Morath. Crowd like it. Kurt Morath likes it. The Warriors like it. 10 points apiece. We are all tied up. And I would say that's somewhat fitting, Johnny. Both these sides have shown plenty here today. Very evenly matched.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if anything is an indicator of how this game's going to go, it's the momentum. You know, Glendale came out, scored 10 points early on. Now the Warriors are on their own 10-point run. So it's a game of momentum. So the Warriors have it right now. Let's see if they can hold on to it.
Deep kick from McGee is fielded by Lauti in his own 22. Elkington crawls his way up to the 22. Nichols will go back to Morath. No surprise. They're going to stick to the recipe that they've been cooking with here for the last 10 minutes. All territory. Yarchival off the side of the boot. Morath looks to counter here. Lauti. Broken plays where this back three are most dangerous. They will look to capitalize on any lazy defenders. Morath flicks it wide. Putty's got some space, Putty. Comes out to the wing now. Duiniao. Good defense from the Raptors though. lock the big man up and bundle him into touch. That's not what the Warriors wanted. They don't want to be swinging it around too much in their own half, Johnny, when there's not opportunities to do so.
Yeah, they have the firepower, but they just got to play smart rugby. They don't want to give Glendale a sniff to kind of steal this momentum that they have.
Let's go. Come on,
But great credit to the defense of Glendale. You know, they're worried about the Warriors doing all these offloads and getting that broken play. They wrapped him up, ball and all, caused the turnover.
Oh, that one may have drifted forward. Yes, referee Summers agrees. Take there from McGee and Fenolio, just not sinking up there off the line out.
Yeah, just drifted a bit forward there, but that was a bit of a bruising hit there by Ada Alkington. I personally wouldn't want to run into this midfield. So
Yeah, definitely the ice bags will get plenty of use after 80 minutes in this game. Both sides bruising, very, very physical stuff. Shot right down the middle of the scrum there. Raptors. Good push, well secured though. Tamalau with the offload. Finds Williams. Moving on his inside. Raptors forced to scramble to cover. Counter ruck comes in, it's strong though, and the turnover. Great stuff from the Raptors. White, quick tip on Fawcett. Hands from Dahl. Beautiful stuff. Now Dahl up to the 40 with the advantage there for the high tackle, it looks like.
High tackle here.
yeah, unlucky there. Joseph Nichols just caught him around the shoulders. He was trying to scramble back and make a tackle. Nothing malicious, but definitely high. So the correct call. And, interesting decision. They're going to kick to touch now instead of trying to kick the points.
No real malice in that, just slipped up a little bit, worth the penalty. Yeah, I think the wind is a lot stronger than it looks like from up here, Johnny. I mean, the flags seem to be moving quite a bit. For McGee not even to contemplate taking a shot there to take a lead. Down on the field, must be a little stronger than what it looks like.
And that factors into the decision making, you know. So Glendale's going to enjoy only knowing they have 6 minutes into this headwind, and they could see if they change their tactics for the second half. So right now the Warriors really got to make sure they don't have a deficit going into the half.
That's one.
Good line out again from the Raptors. They go back to the maul. Advantage coming their way. Campbell, midfield. Bumps off Elkington. McGee, crossfield kick.
Smart play.
Real smart play. Davidson! He cannot stay in the field of play.
Collapse.
Well, he hit the throttle, did Harley Davidson. That's a little bit of a backfire there.
And what a great catch. That's a first down in football, but great. But in rugby, you know, ran out. But Will McGee, smart play. He had the advantage at his back. So he thought, hey, I'll take a shot out to the winger. And it almost ended up being a highlight reel for the ages.
I think Will McGee and Harley Davidson will get together at halftime and talk about that. Tui Niao, he's getting caught coming in a little bit on defense. Like you said, Johnny, that's something they may go back to, that crossfield kick, if they see the big winger sneaking in field.
Yeah, definitely. When I was playing, that was one of my favorite plays, you know. Get it across to the winger pretty quick. You know, the winger's got all the wheels. If he has space, it's a dangerous combination.
Again, the maul off the line out here. Try to push this forward. That 10 out from the line, not doing anything though. Great turnover from the Warriors. Well, it becomes a use it or lose it situation in those mauls, Johnny. You've either got to keep pushing forward or get the ball out to your backs. Otherwise, it's a turnover, and the Warriors know that. Great play from Utah.
Yeah, well, we've seen from every line-out so far that Glendale's gone with the mauls, and the Warriors have been defending it really well. So it will be interesting to see if they'll go back to that.
Crouch. Point.
Here we go. Big scrum for Utah. Still under pressure inside their 22. Morath in the pocket will look to clear. Scrum collapses. No, he won't clear. Not when you've got Paul Lasike. Why would you clear?
He is your clearance.
Certainly is. Now Morath with a little bit more time. Puts this one high downfield. Halliman, though, follows that up. On his own 40, they come wide. Davidson, little chip over the top. Putty, though, will have this well covered. Putty One-on-one, probably one of the toughest players to tackle. Pati, he slices right through. Pati, big shot comes in. Forces the arrow, both players down prone on the ground. It continues though as that ball spills back for Davidson. It was Sam Figg who hit the shot, and he seems to be in big trouble. The number 8, Pati, also slow to his feet. Now Rogers. Well, this game has just come alive here.
High tackle.
I think thankfully for both players, they blow a penalty. Hopefully just the wind knocked out of them. That was an absolute monstrous collision. Look at this one, Johnny, from front on.
That's textbook stuff. That's just unfortunate that, you know, sometimes our shoulders like to go on us, but great play there from Don Pati to field the kick. Textbook fullback stuff, and then creating a counter-attack. Then Sam Figg just shut that down because that was looking dangerous there for the Warriors. So he'll be a bit disappointed he's down, you know, hurt. The trainers attending to him, but he might have saved 7 points for his team there, Dan.
Unfortunately for Figg, it's the shoulder. For Pati, it was the oxygen that was depleted immediately from his body. From that shoulder of Figg, he's recovered. Geez, I'm all right, boys. It's a horrible feeling getting winded on the field, but the worry here for Glendale, they've already lost Casey Rock, a huge line-out target. If Figg can't continue with this shoulder, Warriors will have a gigantic advantage in the line-out with Jensen. There you see just getting some more treatment. But it really was. You hit the nail on the head, Johnny. Copybook tackle. Lined him up, and it was a great work from the camera crew here. We almost had that point of view right behind Figg.
Yeah, we've been treated to a great rugby match so far from 2 phenomenal sides.
And then we come back to the penalty there as McGee clears. Looks like Figg's going to stay on the field. That's big for the Raptors. Take one more look at this. EC number 8, the yellow. Watch this. Oof, left shoulder right into the solar plexus. Figg takes that line out. Chrisman finds his blind winger there in Davidson. Now O'Neill. He goes forward. McGee. Diarcheville, Vanicolo up quickly, shuts down Diarcheville on the outside as he jinks his way back to the middle of the field.
One leaves.
Sniffs half an opportunity, but it closes quickly. Force it under pressure. Line speed good there. Rogers, great pickup off the boots from the big man.
Use it.
Low ball for Fita. Tucci and Williams lock him up. Campbell, oh, another big hit comes in. Like Vanicolo on the outside shooting in. See, that was Uipalutu, the hooker, standing out there at outside centre, showing his versatility. The Raptors continue to mount pressure here. Just shy of the 22, Figg. Dummies, Figg breaks a tackle. Well, this has been Sam Figg's game thus far. Pati, he was looking for the square up. Comes in like a Samoan missile. Doesn't find the mark as London. Benolio recapture some of that magic from last week in Seattle. Fafita charges onto the ball. Chrisman, little gap, shuts quickly. Williams. Good defense from the number 6. Still with the Raptors here, 5 meters out from the line, just before the halftime break.
We might have seen some punches thrown there. Maybe the ref's going to want to go and have a look at that.
Time off. Time off.
Not sure what the penalty's for, but Figgs is down again over there on the far side of the field.
Well, for Figgs, he's just got to tough it out till halftime. If he can keep going, he'll get some treatment then. There's the break. Oh, yeah.
Oh, did he cop a knee? Might have got a bit of a knee there with Pati coming over, trying to do the makeup tackle.
I just wonder if Don Pati will have a little more to answer to during the week for that late challenge. Like Figg was well and truly on the ground. Great story. Played in Hong Kong Sevens recently for Australia. A big loss for the Raptors.
Yeah, that is a big loss. You know, too bad he couldn't hang on for halftime, but obviously the coaches thinking that a man on, you know, even of fixed caliber, you know, playing at 50% might not be a huge help for the team, but he's created a ton of opportunities. Like you said, you know, he scored the try there in the corner for the Raptors, made some huge tackles. Huge loss to the team in this first half, but not without a lack of effort.
We get back here to the closing seconds of this first half. The Warriors, they want to keep their integrity of the try line intact here. Like we talked about, Johnny, the momentum at the halftime break going in would be huge for Glendale if they can score. It'd be huge for Utah if they can hold them out.
Yeah, definitely. It was a penalty, right? And they've opted for a scrum. Is that right, Dan?
Yeah, I believe it was. So they're going for the scrum.
That's an interesting play there. Obviously, you know, doing their film homework, thinking that they can take advantage of the Warriors in the scrum. The Warriors have put a lot of work into this, so we'll see if the Raptors get the result that they want. But turning down an easy 3 points with you know, the halftime probably at the next whistle. It's an interesting decision. Let's see if it pays off.
I think they have a dominance in this set piece. Warriors, though, do extremely well. Under pressure, Dahl at the back also does well. Now Rogers, tip on, finds White. White still pumping the legs. The big man finally brought down meters from the line. Pass goes to ground. Campbell. Difficult player to handle one-on-one is Bryce Campbell. Feeder. Dummies for Feeder. The jersey, the only thing holding the big man. Then he spills it forward.
No.
Well, a half chance gets shut down. But we still have time to pack the scrum, though, according to referee Summers. Was a few injury stoppage. We'll have this scrum 5 meters out. Utah, though, still have to hold on, have to clear this ball here. There must only be 1 or 2 plays left.
Yeah, not much time now. I mean, the scoreboard clock here at Zions Bank Stadium says it's up, but obviously referee Summers is the sole judge of time, so we'll see. You know, the Warriors, they've held on this long. Now they've got to get out of jail and go into the half, not at a deficit.
Full time. Crouch.
And if I was a betting man, Johnny, I would say this ball's going to number 12. Paul Lasike here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would bet that too, but that is a bit of a risk. Oh, both wrong.
They've got me. Vainicolo finds the sideline. And that is enough to take us through to the halftime break. An enthralling opening 40 minutes here. The Raptors, the Warriors, they are all tied up at 10 points apiece.
Yeah, great first half of rugby there, Dan. You saw everything you want to see in a half of rugby. Some great hits, some great attack, and now it's all tied up, 10-10. So we're going to see what adjustments the coaches make at halftime. See who comes out firing.
And we will chat in just a moment to Glendale head coach Dave Williams, who I'm sure will have some adjustments to make after that first 40, but overall has to be pretty happy with his team's effort in a very physical game. And that man joins me right now. Dave Williams, Glendale head coach, hiding behind his hat there. Just getting ready. Thanks for coming up, Dave. Very tough, very physical opening 40. Exactly what you expect from Utah, though.
Exactly what we expected, and we just haven't matched it. I thought we've been very poor in this first half. We haven't worked hard enough. We haven't kept to our shape and our structures. Individuals aren't just working hard enough for the team, as simple as that.
Warriors playing a great territory game. Kurt Morath, obviously such a seasoned campaigner. How are you going to combat that in the second half?
I think we've got to work on our back two rotation a little bit, get them a little bit deeper, because Kurt wants to obviously kick the ball, that's fine. But we've got to be more physical at every facet of our play, basically.
Adjustments for the second half. Obviously, you talked about physicality and playing to the pattern. Any changes on the bench? Obviously, Fig and Rock being lost has to change things for you a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, you don't plan for that, but we got good players on the bench and depth to cover those, and we're fine with that. We've got to up our work rate and up our accuracy and execution, basically.
Well, it should be a second 40. Thanks for joining us, Dave. We'll let you get down to the sheds now and talk to the boys. Thanks, Dave Williams, head coach of the Glendale Raptors. When we return from the break, we'll take a look at the highlights as we move towards the second half. Utah Raptors. Stadium in beautiful, sunny Herriman, Utah. Zions Bank Stadium playing host here to the Raptors and the Warriors in what was a devastatingly entertaining first 40 minutes. Johnny Lenahan.
Yeah, definitely. We had a bit of everything. You know, both teams came out of the gate fast, and the Warriors kind of started hard at the start, and the Raptors came back for about 20 minutes. Then the Warriors had that phase towards the end of the half where they caught back up. There were some bruising hits, some great runs, some great kicking. It's just everything you want to see in a rugby match. I can't wait for the second half.
Yeah, two tries in the first half, one apiece. This one from Fig, who succumbed to an injury late in the first half, which would be a big blow to the Raptors. The Warriors were able to hit back though. Look at his conversion too. He's kicking. He's going to have to be on point in the second half. McGee as well. But McClanahan from the Warriors, he got a try too after this penalty from Morath. Really was a to and fro opening 40, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's how this game's going to go. I mean, unless one team really gets out of the gate early on in the second half, this could be it right down to the death for the full 80. Both teams, the Warriors really like that broken play, but Glendale's probably a lot better at the set piece, more structured type of rugby. So it's just going to come down to who can make the most of their opportunities. And they both did pretty well this first half.
Well, hopefully the physicality and the big hits continue. It's been a great opening 40 minutes from both these sides. No surprising that we are locked up at 10 points apiece. We take a look at the back end of those highlights from the first half. Good crowd here too. We'll be here to watch the second half. When we return from the break, action continues here. It's the Warriors and the Raptors live from Utah. And welcome back, Zions Bank Stadium. We are at the halftime break here, all locked up, 10 points apiece. And Johnny, second half coming up. Firstly for the Raptors, how do you see them getting the win here?
Yeah, so the Raptors, right, they're going to have to play, now they got that little wind at their back. They're going to have to play just patient rugby, like what they're doing, and just trying to cut down those counterattacks that the Warriors try and create from the broken play.
And for the Warriors?
The Warriors have to have that ball security, you know. They've been a bit sloppy, and the forwards haven't been getting in there fast enough to clear out the ball. They're going to have to work on that.
There you have it, folks. When we return from the break, second half action coming your way. It's the Utah Warriors at home against the Glendale Raptors. And welcome back. We are underway here for the second half. It's the Warriors kicking off to the Raptors. And an early handling error out of the gate against the Raptors gifts the Warriors an opportunity here with this scrum inside the 40 of Glendale.
Yeah, that's exactly how they didn't want to start, the Raptors, and that's exactly how the Warriors did want to start. So, I mean, still kind of in no man's land here, still in the Raptors half. And a good opportunity here for set piece. The Warriors really showing up today on their set pieces, doing really well with them.
Fine.
They've held their own in the scrum thus far, have the Warriors.
Go again. Go again.
Let's go, boys. The Warriors.
Glendale, though,
Go, boys.
technically very, very sound at the set piece. And that comes from
Crouch.
a lot of time spent together.
Fine.
Nichols will have this put in to the Warriors. Tamalau at the back. Rath turns it back. Lasike breaks one tackle, finds Vainikolo. Vainikolo looking for some support. That one taken by London. Davidson now can't spin away from the tackle. Beautiful stuff there from the Raptors to shut that down. Counter ruck comes in.
Side, from the side, Cage. Yeah.
That's a big counter ruck too, and there seems to be some serious trouble.
Might be in trouble for that one. That was a bit of a dirty shot there.
The penalty?
Raptors player seems to be in a bit of trouble as well, and you can see Captain Zach Fenolio not happy at all.
I was unsighted. I got
See
a
if we
call
can
for-
catch
I got a call for a
the
penalty.
replay there at that breakdown. But it certainly looked late from Uhila. Davidson.
We did.
Don't know if it was late, Dan. I think we'll see here. He just came in from the side and kind of an offside in from the side and might have copped him with either their head or the shoulder to the head. So this could be bad.
Relax.
Oh, he was definitely early.
Yeah, Chrisman unconscious there on the ground. So at some point he's made contact with his head. Again, something they take a closer look at during the week. Good to see the young fella back onto his feet.
Yeah, I think a bit fortunate there for the Warriors as the referee had his back turned. He was looking for the offsides, and I don't know if we have any word from the touch judges, so might have escaped jail here a little bit for the Warriors player, because that looked like that might have warranted a little bit more than just a penalty.
And that's why I'm not a neurologist.
I don't even know how to say that word, Dan, so you're ahead of me on that.
Gee clears on the penalty up towards the halfway line. We force it for the Raptors with this throw.
Hold on. Fellas, we're closing the gap. We have a good gap.
Summers just asking for a clearer tunnel between both these sides. Stolen by the Warriors. Elkington finds Morath. Now Tamalau. Tamalau breaking tackle. Still going is Tamalau. As he takes it up towards the 22. The ball spills out. Vainikolo! Vainikolo scoots down the blind side. And the Tongan superstar, he dots it down. Warriors take the lead here.
Exactly how the Warriors wanted to start the second half, you know, only taking 3 minutes to make their mark. Glendale's been in a bit of a hole. They went up 10-0 early on, and now it's 15-10, kick to come as we have a look at the replay. It all started here with the big run from Tamalau. Went to ground, wasn't held. He's able to get up and keep going, then frees up the space for the speedster. Vainikolo, who's playing in the centers today, but it's no stranger to playing out wide on the wing.
Another one of these Tongan stars. I mean, his resume could be up there with Morath as well.
Yeah,
He did spend a little time in rugby league, adding a few extra curricular activities to it. Morath will look to convert from out wide, but that Tongan connection seems to be working for the Warriors.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, and that's exactly what Coach Alf Daniels has been waiting to show the Warriors fans, you know, and this league, this Major League Rugby, is how dangerous they can be when they get their rhythm. So it's taken them a while, as it always will with a new team and a new competition, but it's looking like they're starting to click, and that is a dangerous sign for the rest of the league.
Morath, not on his preferred side. The right footer. Look to convert. And the flags are up. Conversion successful. 17 points to 10. 44 minutes gone.
Yeah, great kick after a bit of a rough start, missing that easy one early on. You know, Morath's really coming to his own, and he's putting these points on the board, and they're up by a converted try.
As Jensen fields the kickoff. Nichols finds Elkington. McClellan goes forward outside the 22. They are. Morath, they're going to play here. Lasike, wind in the sails of the Warriors. And the penalty as well. The crowd really getting behind the Warriors here. You could feel the momentum starting to build for Utah. Need to keep control here.
Just playing smart rugby here, Dan. You know, nothing too fancy. Just taking it up the guts with some of their big runners, such as Lasike and Vainikolo. And just playing smart rugby, recovering the ball, holding on to possession, and creating the Raptors, or causing the Raptors to make mistakes. Now they're going to get territory from it.
Good clearing kick. Inside the 40 of the Raptors. Tamalau. Contact from White. And Nichols to nobody. And Colo was to go back. Taken down on his own 40 here. Morath.
Good option.
Great clearing kick there from Morath. Down to the 5. Yarcheval with a tight angle to clear. A bad result there for the Raptors fullback. Just short of the 40 though. Line out will go the way of the Warriors. Seem to have the wind in their sails right now.
Yeah, definitely. They're carrying all that momentum, and you know, Glendale's going to have to change that. They want to try and get back into this game. But a great move there from the seasoned veteran Morath. You know, the pass from Nichols kind of went wayward. They went back, Vainikolo cleared it up, and then Morath just puts it in the corner. Cool, calm, and collected, and they got the ball back. No harm done.
The CK.
Someone's boot's gone flying out there.
Little bit of gamesmanship there. Throwing. Oh, they've thrown Lasike's boot. That's the last guy whose boot I would throw away. Going to find the culprit. Elkington, though. Sliding through the middle. Elkington. Can't find support. Offload. Batted back by the Raptors. It's play on now for Fifita. Under pressure on his own try line. Does well, the big man. McGee goes wide. Benolio, big numbers. Campbell goes back in field though. Breaks a tackle. Campbell now has support coming either way. Breaks another tackle. Campbell up to the halfway line. Putty brings him down. Diarcheval out to Davidson. The footwork from Davidson. Can he hit the throttle? Davidson! Well, the engines are revving. They're not going to catch Harley Davidson. Well, nothing but open highways. Raptors have a chance to even things up here with that end-to-end stuff. Coast to coast for Glendale.
Just as you think the Warriors are about to put another try on the board, Glendale snatches that one out, and instead of opting to clear that one, they take a run, and it was a great run at that. And then obviously the man with the greatest name in Major League Rugby, Harley Davidson, turns on the Jets and takes that one home and dots down right underneath the sticks. This should tie it up here.
Big kick here for McGee. No mistake from the fly half. We are again all tied up. 49 minutes gone, 17 points apiece.
Time off. Injury.
One of the Raptors players still down in back play, getting some attention.
Yeah, this doesn't look good. I think they just might have called for the stretcher there. Looks.
The big man, Sayo Hilla. Need some big carries from him.
Oh, this isn't a good sign. They're bringing out the stretcher here, Dan. But back to the try. Harley Davidson making Marath miss with some great footwork, dotting it down, ties the score up. Yes, that's a great thing for Glendale, but their concern right now is with their man down in the backfield.
Yeah, he had a bit of an underdog tag on him, Davidson, coming out. Great player at Life University down there, firstly with Dan Payne, then Scott Lawrence. Had a great college career. Somewhat surprising that he lands with the Glendale Raptors, considering he was at school down in Georgia. He said he's got some family in and around the Colorado area, which made the decision a little easier for him to come out. And he got really in a deep back three for Glendale. You got John Ryberg, who's out injured at the moment. You had Seth Halliman, Dustin Croy, Max Diarcheval, who's down that pecking order, but he's taken his chances with both hands here for the Raptors. Now I'd say he'd probably be one of the first guys picked when looking at that back line for head coach Dave Williams week in, week out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, speaking of Dave Williams at halftime, right? He was just saying how much depth they have on their team. So even though they're having all these injuries, which is unfortunate, some other guys are stepping up. And it's great to see, great to see rugby here growing in the US and guys stepping up who are homegrown players.
You see some of the youth teams here supporting the Warriors. Looking at a pathway perhaps 10, 15 years down the road. Youngsters now have something to aim for. It's been a very entertaining game thus far, all tied up at 17-17, and this man, one cannot underestimate his influence here as he's back with the side. This was a try for Vanacola, but Tamalau, what a strong, strong run. His cousin, Yossi Mahoney, linked with San Diego, somewhat surprisingly. Everyone expected them to join up here with the Warriors. Could you imagine that if he was here as well? Oof. The Cal Warriors would have quite the cafeteria bill week in, week out, feeding this side.
Yeah, definitely. They got a lot of strengths on their team, and hopefully a nutritionist is one of them. But the Warriors looking like a much better unit than even just last week at San Diego after taking that loss. It's great to see how they've come out with a bit of vengeance, be able to show their fans and their coach, hey, we've got this. Just give us a bit of time, and now it's their time.
That last try from Harley Davidson tied us up at 17 points apiece. Lipi Fafita continues to get some attention there. You're obviously hoping and wishing for the best for Fafita. This is just precautionary.
Yeah, you definitely hate to see it, at any rugby game or for any team. So definitely the best wishes to Fafita, and hopefully he can make a strong comeback and that he's okay. Obviously, last time the Warriors were here for their last exhibition game against the Prairie Wolfpack out of Alberta, Canada. Joshua Whippy for the Warriors had an unfortunate incident on the same half of the field, but closer towards the sideline where we are at. And had a compound fracture of the leg, and he just got his cast off. I saw on his Instagram, got his cast off yesterday, and so best wishes to Josh. I'm sure he's cheering on his brothers back at home, and Sure he wishes he was out there. But you just hate to see injuries at any level to any player.
Yeah, it certainly is. We'll take a short break as Felipe Fafita gets attention there from the medical staff. When we return, the second half continues here at Zions Bank Stadium. Welcome back. We will get restarted here. It'll be Utah kicking off as Raptors front rower Felipe Fafita gets attention. Short break on the back of that Harley Davidson try. Almost like restarting the second half here. Both these sides. The Raptors field this inside their 22. Force it.
Now you're good, now you're good.
Jinking run.
Good now.
Now McGee. Leah over the head of Putty. Oh, it's a great bounce for the Warriors, so there could have been trouble there if that would have kicked on. Now Morath takes his time, goes high.
Clear out, move,
have to chase his own kick and put everyone on side. Raptors, though, do well underneath that high ball. Wineless. Go down the blind side. Glendale continue to push forward here up to their own 40. Chrisman to McGee. McGee under pressure. Lasike fields that ball. He's not going to kick it. Paul Lasike comes charging back right through the tackle of Chad London up to the halfway line here for the Warriors. McClellan. He's brought down. Not releasing there. Should be a penalty. Turnover is clean though. Good steal from the Raptors. And Kwasniewski. Now Fawcett runs through as a decoy, allows McGee to shift it wide to Campbell. Come back towards the middle of the field. Firstly with Rogers. Uchi takes care of Rogers. Now White. McClellan on him. Stops the big man in his tracks. Now McGee. Kwasniewski. Over halfway, Williams looking for the steal. Dahl, a little bit of space there, finds McGee at the back. McGee with the dummy. The ankle tap is enough to bring him down. From Tuipulotu. Counter ruck comes in from the Warriors.
Backward.
Afanolio down the blind side. Great hands from McGee, picks up Campbell. Campbell close to the sideline and bundled into touch by the Warriors on the 22. That enterprising play comes to a tragic end for the Raptors.
Bit of a chess match there in the middle, bit of back and forth. Great defense from the Raptors, first of all, to cause a turnover, then great defense from the Warriors, and then McGee trying to spark something with some great hands out to the wide, and unfortunately, runs out of room.
Tamalau goes forward.
Outside.
Morath, got the 22. Big boot of his goes to the 40 of the Raptors, taken by D'Archville. He'll go high. Halliman on the chase.
A good kick.
Morath in the 22, calls the mark. Be a free kick just inside the 22 for the Utah Warriors.
Get back.
Yeah, smart play there from the veteran. Call the mark. Get his team back on side. Get his team out of danger, back into the Glendale half. But a good little exchange there of kicking. Obviously that wind maybe not playing as big of a factor as it did in the first half. Both teams exchanging kicking, realizing how important territory is. I think whoever makes the least amount of mistakes in their own half is going to end up winning this game.
Drop one. Okay, here's the receiver.
Fawcett finds O'Neill. Now McGee to the line, hits White with a short ball. White bumps off Elkington before being brought down. Rogers. Rogers may have lost that one. Referee Summers agrees, and now the Warriors will have this scrum inside the Raptors half. And that brings the crowd to their feet.
8 off, 8 red off. Sub.
Looks like Ada's twin brother, Quinn Elkington, is coming in. A bit of fresh legs on there as we get close to the final quarter of this game. Going to come down to that fitness that you were saying, Dan. Warriors came out strong. Can they finish it off?
Crouch. Fine. Set.
Now Nichols puts that ball in. Warriors secure. Asike. Putty. He'll pick that one up on the bounce before Campbell comes to him. Counter ruck, not legal though. Another penalty here for the Warriors. This will give Morath a chance to drive this ball into the corner. I think this one's probably just a touch outside his range, although the wind has died down significantly here.
Yeah, I think here, I mean, even if you did have the wind, I mean, 3 points, that's a great kick, you know, on this angle. May as well just try and keep the pressure on, pin it down in the corner, get a solid line out, get the ball back to your bruisers, try and put it close to the line, force Glendale to make mistakes.
There, yeah.
Morath able to get that one just short of the 22 of the Raptors. They find Williams at 2.
Play on.
Morath short. Lasike. Back to his right. Just couldn't handle there. Villa builds that one forward. A scrum for the Raptors on the 40-meter line. Game just hanging in the balance at the moment, 17 points apiece.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of at that stage where, you know, both teams kind of playing a little bit hesitant. Rugby, no one's wanting to make mistakes, and when you're trying so hard not to make mistakes, you end up making mistakes, and that's kind of what we're seeing here in this midfield. So no real danger making mistakes in this part of the field, but we're going to see Glendale has the ball, see if they play that territory game, and everyone's just waiting for the other team to make the first mistake before they pounce.
And we will take a short break when we return. Second half action will continue.
Come on.
Yeah, that was quick. Derek Summers might have a flight to catch. He's in a hurry.
Crouch. Fine.
Raptors though, in a hurry to get out of their own end if they can. Scrum collapses immediately.
We'll reset. Flip on you. You're too far. We'll just go.
Johnny, you have to feel the longer this game goes locked up like this, who do you favour in that situation? You've got the Raptors who have the cohesion, they've been together for a while, but then you've just got that X factor all throughout the Warriors side that can just break a game open.
Yeah, definitely. I have to say though, watching the Warriors and calling their games so far this season, towards the end of the stretch, you know, they start to lose a bit of gas. So if they can maintain the foot on the throttle, then they're really going to have a good chance. Otherwise, you'd have to favour Glendale here with the experience, with the poise. Even though they have some injuries, you know, they have to favour them to get them across the line.
Here we go. Crouch. Fine.
The final 25 minutes of action here. Second stanza just ticking away. Still tied up, free kick. They'll go quickly, Fenolio. And Morath. Got numbers to the right again. Campbell at the back, Halliman, pass doesn't stick. The Archville spins away from the attention of Elkington. To the 40-metre line. And McGee, little chip over the top. Campbell chasing, spins away, Campbell, support looming both sides. Finds Dahl with the offload. And the crowd, they think that one was forward. Kwasniewski taken down on the 22. Raptors pick up a quick 50 metres and now find themselves on the attack. Weinless spins one. Weinless still on his feet, dragged down just short, can't get the ball away to Rogers, who was looming up on his right-hand side. Pass comes down to McGee. Kwasniewski under pressure. Elkington, good hit. Kwasniewski, oh, the somersaults, beautiful stuff. The pick up from Dahl, can he reach out? Pete Dahl, the hard man, he dots it down. And the Raptors reclaim the lead here.
Yeah, just like we were saying, you know, it's the first team to make a mistake might find themselves in trouble here. And you know, the Warriors had a pretty good defensive line there, but they couldn't wrap up and make that tackle. Created a big break, and then Glendale so clinical with finishing inside the 22 of the Warriors.
Here you see the big man, Peter Dahl. Go at the end.
Textbook stuff.
Good servant. USA Eagles for many years. So Belmont Shore. Out in Long Beach, California. Version was successful, 24 points to 17. The Raptors, another lead change here this afternoon as we take a look at Devon Porter on the field now. Chad London's come to the bench. Mika Mika Cruz. Another one of those names. The Raptors, they've got some good names in that lineup.
I'll be on the all-name team.
Rath, deep restart, Halliman. Close to the sideline, picks up Fawcett on the return. Now the penalty, not releasing.
Over there. Holding on.
Uhila goes quickly, catches them back, not back 10, right into the try scorer in Dahl. Tucci. He's also brought down out on that far touchline. Elkington can jink his way through some traffic. They have advantage. Crossfield kick. Oh, charged down beautifully.
High tackle.
There's Morath. Just as the Raptors did in the first half, knew he had the advantage and looked for the crossfield kick.
Yeah, it is interesting. So, I mean, both teams, you know, smart. They got really smart number 10s, and that's who you want to have, is the smart players on the field, making good decisions when they have the penalty. They have that advantage. We're going to kick across the field, and if it doesn't work out, at least they have the penalty to fall back on.
2 black, sub.
The Warriors turning down the 3 points on
Not
offer
here.
there.
No water here.
Going for a little bit more. Being down a converted try. Still plenty of time left here.
Let's go, Black.
So no need to put on the emergency lights just yet here for the Warriors, but important that they come away with points down in this half.
As Forrester replaces Tuipulotu.
Block here.
First touch will be this line out on the far touchline. Yeah, great shot right down the middle. Well taken. Williams. Jensen with the tap down.
Knock on.
They're calling it a knock on against the Warriors. Opportunity goes begging here.
Yeah, get him on.
More substitutions coming in for Utah. And Johnny, you touched on that. The gas tank, Awari, Alp Daniels, leaning on his bench here for this closing 20 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. You know, just trying to create something to get those fresh legs on and get the Warriors over the line. And, you know, some of these might be tactical, and some of them might just be due to the guys being gassed.
You see big Matt Jensen punches his ticket for the afternoon. game.
Crouch.
The former BYU lock.
Fine. Sit.
Chrisman with the put in. Dale off the back under pressure. May have snuck up just a touch on Dale there. Referee Summers happy to let it play. Neal. Good phase. Close to their try line here for the Raptors, looking to buy some space. Unlucky so far in that one, off the side of the boot. And we'll lean on BYU's former punter for that one. What went wrong there?
I mean, yeah, you hate to see that. I mean, I'm not going to say I haven't done that a time or two. Yeah, just, you know, like we said, you know, the wind's died down, but it still is pretty breezy. And when you're kind of hitting right into it, try and put a bit too much into that and kind of just caught it on the side of the foot. And not going to be happy with that. But Glendale's defense has been impressive, so we'll see if they can hold here.
Credit to the Warriors for pressuring McGee there. As they look to apply some pressure. Vayner-Colo, can he get a double? The outside center reaches for the line, just short, quick ball, Morath, they've got to score in the corner.
Lauti!
And it is that man, Lauti, who dots it down, put that one down to Vayner-Colo's lead-up work though. Great run from the 13, Warriors in, and now a chance to level for Kurt Morath.
Yeah, great play there from the Warriors. No, just doing exactly, sticking to their strengths, running it up the guts in the center. And then Paul Asike, we're going to see here with the quick ball. That was crucial there that Paul didn't try to clear out the ruck, that he went in and got the ball right out. Another quick hands out to Natalauti. And he's too shifty, too quick to not touch down in the corner. The big kick coming up as the Warriors are down by 2. This could tie it up. But regardless, we've got a lot of rugby to play, a lot of game left, so it's anybody's game still.
Big moment here for Kurt Morath, still plenty of time. 17 minutes. Back and forward of this game. We'd love to see him put this over if you're a Utah Warriors fan. To lock this game back up at 24 apiece.
It's such a tight game, could come down to these kicks. You know, earlier in the first half, we saw Will McGee, you know, he was able to slot that one from the sideline right through the sticks. Now this is on the opposite side, not favorable there for the right foot kicker, but definitely doable for someone of Kurt Morath's character.
Low strike, flag stay down. And we will take a break when we return. Second half action continues here at Zions Bank Stadium. Everything to play for. It's a 2-point ball game. There you see the Raptors, the Warriors. 20 minutes left to play when we return here from Herriman, Utah.
As everybody enjoy their Saturday afternoon. If you can't hear this Saturday night, the Warriors are going to host the Austin Elite. That kickoff set for 7 o'clock p.m. right here in Zions Bank Stadium. You can also go online and get season tickets
Well, welcome back. I'm sorry you missed it, but it was a fantastic try. We'll try to talk you through it. The Warriors, they go the length of the field, and it's Lauti who dots it down next to the post. And we'll take a look at the replay.
Crucial take here from Joseph Nichols, going up, securing the ball, getting right to his feet, and getting it out to Tanata Lauti. He had about 65 meters, made a man miss, and he's got too many wheels and too many moves to not score from there.
Now the moves of Lauti. Justin Timberlake, eat your heart out. Martin, Fred Astaire, I've covered all demographics with that one. Eat your heart out. Lauti, he has the best footwork going around. Now the Warriors, they hold a 3-point lead, 27-24. Morath can extend here. Ooh. Low driving kick. Gets the job done though.
Warriors up by a try.
29-24. Get close to the final 10 minutes of play here. Well, could this be our big upset of the round? Austin win at home. Get the job done against New Orleans. Yesterday, an absolute thriller. San Diego come back after the bell to beat Houston. I think of the 3 games of the week, this one probably would have been one you would consider a lock. If you go on recent form, Johnny, the Warriors have turned up. This is the Warriors you want to see. Entertaining rugby from them. Big physical bruising rugby up the middle, entertaining on the outside. Sensational stuff.
Yeah, well, it's everything you want rugby to be, you know, in this Warriors unit. And when Coach Daniels and his staff were putting together a team, trying to think of players that they want and holding the tryouts, they put this team on the paper and they knew that it might be a project here in the first few weeks, but we've seen a spark of what they can become and how dominant they can be in this league if given time. So it's a good trend.
McGee to the line, plays out the back to Campbell. Campbell has had a big second half. Bryce Campbell always looking threatening with the ball in hand. Comes down now, Delboski. He continues to go forward. Fenolio. Still going in the penalty and possession, though. Great for the Warriors.
Number 2 from the side.
There's Dylan Fawcett. Down on his haunches there. He's time to get back. Got to give credit to this Utah crowd as well, Johnny. They're very vocal here, especially in the second half. You've played in some big stadiums, obviously rugby as well for BYU, but then football for BYU, which is just on another level, college football in the United States. How much does that home crowd affect?
Yeah, I mean, the home crowd adds to the momentum, you know, and right now I think that's what's really reeling the Warriors on to get over the finish line, is this crowd's cheering them on. And you know, as a visiting team, when you come here and you hear the crowd getting into it, that can be pretty intimidating as well. So this Warriors crowd, you know, they're the 16th man, you know, and they're doing their job today.
I think there might be a few Seattle Seawolf fans upset with you calling this the 16th man. I think they may have trademarked that. There's Glendale. They're not out of this one yet. We're waxing lyrical about the Warriors, but Ika Crusade, he goes for a run. Picks up some valuable territory just shy of the 22. Fawcett finds border. And McGee. Wisniewski under pressure. Walsh, replacement scrum half. Also a Life University product. Ooh. There's his former teammate, Harley Davidson. Ducks under, some attention there from the Warriors. Walsh back to the middle, Fawcett. Unable to get away from Forrester. Now Fenolio across field, Fenolio. Just gets his nose through there, does Fenolio. Campbell to the line, the fan! Bryce Campbell! Oh, he's unstoppable!
What a great finish and a great build up there. I mean, we go back a few phases, and I give real credit to Diachevo. You know, he drew the line, took a few Warriors defenders in, and then passed it out to Harley Davidson, and that kind of sprung the attack inside the 22. And then Bryce Campbell, when he gets his opportunity, splits the gap, as we'll see here, and then once he's one-on-one with that defender 1 meter out, no one's stopping that forward momentum from taking him over and tying this game up.
Nicolo there, just lazy on the inside, gave Campbell the opening. Morath had pushed out. May have something to do with that gas tank you talked about, Johnny. Nicolo, he's had a big 72 minutes thus far, a lot of carries.
Big kick, this one. Looks good.
The flags go up. Raptors, 2-point lead. 31-29 as we enter the closing stages of this round 3 matchup. We had a thriller finish yesterday. It looks like we're in stall for another one today, as Major League Rugby just continues to go strength to strength here. Morath, short restart, looks to find the ground, does so. Vorta, difficult bounce, picks it up. Work from the replacement forward. Walsh. Tough pass, low to Diarcheville. Knocked back, says referee Summers.
Inside.
It certainly hasn't had the physicality of a game of sevens, but it has that feel, doesn't it, Johnny? Like it could come down to whoever has possession last could win this game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just exciting when they get into open space. Both these teams have some really exciting, really quick, really shifty players that can, you know, just change the game and turn it on its head at any moment. So going into these closing stages, the Raptors have a lead. But sometimes when you have a lead, it can be almost harder to defend that lead than it is to retake that lead. So we'll see how the Warriors respond.
The Raptors make a change. Ata Malifa gets on the field. You talk about X Factor. Malifa oozes X Factor. Throw goes over the top. Fenolio takes it. Work from Fenolio. Knows he's isolated. Buys some time. Finds the ground. McGee finds that man Malifa. Watch the step. Draw him past Davidson. Davidson.
Oh,
Davidson
what a run.
breaks a tackle. Now can he get to the try line? Davidson. Cover defense coming. He pinballs off another tackle. Davidson still going. Surely not. Finally brought down by Tuiniao. Out wide. Crusade corner. Try Raptors. Put that one down to Davidson. The youngster Crusade. He gets a 5-pointer. And that could wrap things up for Glendale.
Oh, my word. Could it ever, Dan Harley Davidson, take a bow? Wow, what a ball there. You know, Malifa not trying to do too much coming off the bench. Passes out to Harley Davidson, who does all the work. You know, steps inside, steps outside, then goes back in towards the post, makes a couple Warriors miss, and passes that out wide. Clinical finish there from the Raptors. And if they make this kick here, Will McGee, you know, this really could wrap things up for the Raptors.
Time off. Time off for the kicker.
Yeah, no one wanted to tackle Harley Davidson. He's got a couple of Black Widow spiders on the jersey, maybe. He's covered in spiders. The Warriors not wanting to put the winger down. Some attention now. He's on the ground. Buying his kicker, Will McGee, just a little bit more time. Just cramping up.
Okay? Just stay still.
Been that kind of game, hasn't it, Johnny?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for a work rate such as him, that wasn't the only run he's had so far. He's had an outstanding match today, and very deserving of this attention that he's receiving, not just from the medical staff, but also from the fans out here and the fans watching.
There is a try-scorer in Crusade. Exciting youngster. McGee, that one across the face. Well, there is a glimmer of hope here. 7-point ball game. Final 5 minutes. The Warriors, they need a converted try to tie things up. Well, anything can happen here. As Nichols comes on the field. Older of the brothers, he'll replace his brother. Step into that scrum half position for the Warriors.
It's where the Warriors have to dig deep now, you know, leave it all on the field. 4 minutes left according to our watch.
Dahl taken in the air, that's a penalty. Yep, referee Summers, he agrees. Can't have that kind of contest in the air. Raptors will look to slow things down here. Big clearing kick coming up from McGee. Well, really, you've got to commend this Glendale Raptors outfit. Down 4 starters going into the game. They lose Casey Rock early. They lose Sam Figg in the first half. I mean, really, the intestinal fortitude of this side. Dave Williams didn't appear too happy at halftime, but he's got to be happy with this side's ability just to dig in.
Yeah, great ability also to bounce back. You know, they went up 10 points on, and then they gave up 17, and then they went on their own 14-point run, and now it's been a bit tighter since then. But just great mental strength to get back in this game and then be up by a converted try going into the final stages.
Sideways, there you go.
Fawcett, sneaky little peel down the blind side, throws a couple of dummies. The Irish-born hooker. He's bundled into touch. The Warriors are going to want to play quickly here.
Scrum.
I might have spotted a little knock on there as referee Summers.
Scrum here.
Certainly has Johnny.
The scrum.
Fawcett just spilling that one before he goes over the touchline.
You know, not the part of the field where you normally try and spring together and attack, but if a team can do it, you know, it's one like the Warriors. The Glendale's had a coast-to-coast one earlier in the game.
Fine.
And could that be the difference? Warriors trying to have to spark something here. You know, they got to keep possession. Might be a bit too late to give it away, so they really got to get the backs going.
Pick up Afu. He links with Bainacolo. Bainacolo up the field. The Archibald to beat. He evades that tackle. Can't get away from the cover. Now Nichols, fresh legs. He's dragged down inside the 22. The Warriors here looking to steal something late.
Oh, it's turned over.
It is turned over from the Raptors. But the penalty comes to the Warriors.
Fair contest.
I don't think there's a person in the stadium sitting as they are all on their feet in front of us here, Johnny. They tap quickly.
Seven lead.
They can pull some numbers to the left. The Raptors are short. They're going to play tight. Again, forwards keep it in. Second phase in a row. Williams, he'll make it the third.
Watch the kick across field. Tanatalati's drawing him out.
Could be turned over here. Counter ruck comes in. Raptors not good enough though. Ball comes to the back. Quickly picked up. Isolated. Needs some help.
Lead it.
Enthusiastic clearing out from the Warriors. They go again.
Good defense there.
Here come Gold.
Morath. Well, he has a front rower, a scrum half and a winger outside him. Let's see what he can make out of this. Going short to McClellan. Put the big man against one of the smaller backs and see what he can generate. They pick and go again around the blind side. Afu.
On me, back up.
Warriors still knocking on the door. Another pick and go. They're close. The Archibald looks for the steal, can't get it. On the ground, Morath.
Number 5.
Penalty against the Warriors. As the clock hits 80, we are on referee Summers' whistle though, and you cannot end the game on a penalty. Judging by some of the players' reactions, we must be very close to 80.
Yeah, frustrating stuff there from the Warriors, trying everything they can to get things going. But credit to the Raptors for holding on. That's the most difficult spot on the field and the most difficult time of the field, and they held on.
And there is the full-time whistle. Glendale hold on in the face of a resurgent Utah Warriors. They improved to 3-0 on the season. Utah slipped to 0-2. And we'll take a short break. When we return, we'll take a look at the highlights, plus your man of the match. Today's game was brought to you by Hampton Inn & Suites. Hampton Inn & Suites, Denver Cherry Creek, where making you happy makes us happy. Hampton Inn & Suites, official hotel of the Glendale Raptors. Westera Credit Union. Westera Credit Union, the official credit union of the Glendale Raptors. Carry the Raptors experience. And Tullamore Dew. Tullamore Dew, the original triple blend Irish whiskey. And welcome back. Final score, Glendale Raptors running out winners here over the Utah Warriors, 36-29. And Johnny, plenty of highlights in that game. A high-scoring game. Both these sides really let it out in the field for 80 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. It's everything you want rugby to be was this game. You know, back and forth action, coast-to-coast action. You know, some great players. You know, we're joined by one of them up here with Harley Davidson, scoring some phenomenal tries and setting some up himself. So a great man of the match performance.
Certainly was. This man also very close. Bryce Campbell, great game from the inside centre. Gets the ball out for Harley Davidson again. And let me tell you, there is a lot to like about young Harley Davidson. Like I said, had a great college career down in Light. Now at the Raptors, just continuing that form. Take one last look at the long jinking run. One of many lead changes in this game. This is the final one. Look at this one. Malifa gets on the field, gives him some early ball. And just that ability, Johnny, to break the tackle is just uncanny. Got those shifty hips and just strong through the core. Tough to take one-on-one.
Yeah, breaking tackles and staying on his feet, setting it up for his teammates out wide. Great effort from Harley Davidson, deserved man of the match. And congratulations to the Raptors on a great victory.
And that man joins us right now. Harley Davidson, man of the match for you. Really tough win. Firstly, some massive adversity for the Raptors. Now down 6 starters with Big and Rock being hurt. How'd you approach losing the first 4 during the week coming into this game?
We expect nothing less. You know, next man to step up. We have a lot of really good depth, a lot of young guys that are willing to step up. And so it's not so much to worry. It's just about who's ready to step up.
Yeah, you spoke about, I mean, you played the Warriors a few weeks ago, early on. What was the big difference? Obviously, today was a bit of a more tough-fought match. What was the big change and what made them so competitive today?
I think the first time, I mean, there were a lot of new guys playing with each other, so they're a little bit unstructured. This time, they got a lot of newer guys. A lot of guys stepped up, a little more structure added to the mix, and they're a phenomenal team. They're going to be a tough team to beat late in the season.
Well, it doesn't get any easier for you in the Raptors. You have San Diego at home next week. They came off a great win as well. So we wish you good luck and looking forward to seeing you continue to play throughout the season. Harley Davidson, man of the match for the Glendale Raptors today. Stadium, where Glendale have defeated Utah. For Johnny Lenahan and our entire crew at Major League Rugby, I'm Dan Power saying good night and thanks for tuning in.